Right, we are heading eastbound on Mineral Point Road. We're going to start at the roundabout with Pleasant View, and then we're going to end at Grand Canyon. So it's not the full segment, but it's primarily going to look at the Pleasant View to Gammon Road segment. East of Gammon Road is a different coordinated system, so that can be maybe for another day, but it is 8:30 in the morning on a Friday. We're going to hit our cruise at the posted speed limits and check out the signal timing. So speed limit's 35. I got cruise set at 35. This first signal here is a T intersection. It runs uncoordinated, so this isn't coordinated with any other signal. It runs free. I believe there might be a stuck head detector at this button as well that keeps coming up here and there. It gets fixed, it gets broken again. I'm not sure if that was fixed again. I don't see any walks on, so it probably was. So this signal here starts the coordinated system. This signal is coordinated with this traffic signal here ahead of us, which this runs at a half cycle because it's basically, we're only stopping eastbound traffic, westbound doesn't stop. So we run, if all the other signals run a 100-second cycle, we run a 50-second cycle there, so that left-turning drivers aren't stopped for a long time. So we're up to the posted speed limit. I'm looking at my rear view mirror. I see 3 cars behind me, so the whole platoon made it through that signal. Looks like we got a little bit of a delay here, but the green does come up, so we don't stop. And just maybe note that too, if you're speeding there, you don't gain any benefit. So we slowed down to 30, that's 5 under the speed limit. We're at 35, we get through that green. Yeah, I would say the timing eastbound here is pretty good. Could maybe go a little earlier on D'Onofrio's offset point. You get to this intersection. This intersection is so busy that running this in any kind of coordination would either be, you would either not be able to run it in coordination to match the rest of Mineral Point Road, or you would have to run it in such a long cycle that everything else on Mineral Point Road would have to run a 2 or 3 minute cycle. And generally, once you get above a 2-minute cycle, you're not getting a lot of benefit out of it. You're just holding a lot of people up for relatively, you get diminishing returns off of it, basically. So essentially we made it from Junction Road to this point relatively free flow. A couple times we had to slow down, but it's a city street, it's not a highway. I would expect that. And that does mean that from this signal to Grand Canyon, it's random. We start a new system, so you may get stopped at Grand Canyon, which can be frustrating. You could probably get stopped at Grammon Road, then get stopped again at Grand Canyon. But then from Grand Canyon to Whitney Way, that's another system of 4 signals that are coordinated. And then Whitney Way runs free, because much like Gammon, it's kind of a busy intersection. We don't want to force the whole system just off 1 or 2 busy intersections. So there you have it. There's Mineral Point Road, Junction Road to Grand Canyon.